Something strange is happening in 2025, and barely anyone's talking about it. Last year, over 85% of Americans shopped at Walmart. It was the one-stop shop for everything. Cheap, convenient, and always open. But now, a quiet exodus is unfolding. Shoppers are slipping away, and not just for a break, they're leaving for good. Walmart, once the king of low prices and quick trips, is starting to feel like the very monster we were all trying to avoid. Overpriced, frustrating, and downright exhausting. Ever walked in just needing a few things, and walked out wondering how your total ballooned out of nowhere? You stare at your half-full cart and think, wait, how did this cost so much? That sinking feeling isn't just inflation, it's betrayal. A promise that Walmart built its empire on, low prices and convenience, is starting to crumble. And more people are noticing. If you felt it too, that slap of disappointment at checkout, trust me, you're not the only one. What's really driving people away is more than just rising prices. It's a series of frustrating changes that feel like a slow unraveling of trust. And when you hear reason number 1, you'll never look at your shopping experience the same way again. Let's start with reason 7, because it perfectly captures what's wrong. Self-checkout. It was supposed to save time, right? Speed things up, make shopping smooth. But here we are in 2025, and the reality feels like a bad joke. No human help, no smiles, just a cold screen blinking at you while a robotic voice repeats, "Unexpected item in the bagging area." Again. And again. One mom in Kentucky captured what so many of us feel. She was filming herself scanning groceries with one hand, holding a crying toddler with the other, while apples rolled across the floor. Not a single employee came to help. That clip didn't go viral because it was dramatic. It went viral because it was real. We've all been there. Social media is full of snarky comments like, "Shouldn't I get an employee discount for doing all this?" But beneath the jokes is something real. Exhaustion. Shopping, something that should be simple, even enjoyable, has started to feel like work. Especially for families juggling kids, time, and budgets, it's becoming just too much. And this is only the beginning. What's coming next will make you question if Walmart is still worth it at all. Ready for what's really going on behind the scenes? Keep watching. If you're already trying to stretch every dollar, walking into a store like Walmart should feel like a bit of relief, a place where your budget gets a break. But instead, you're stepping into a job you never applied for. You're the cashier, you're the bagger, you're the tech support when the machine freezes. And the worst part? You're still paying full price. What no one really talks about is how the frustration sneaks up on you. One frozen item that won't scan. One flashing red light that holds up the line. One long wait while your groceries, your dinner, starts to thaw. It's not just inefficient. It feels like a slap in the face. Because when a company shifts the work onto you, but still charges as if they're doing it all, that's not convenience. That's corporate cost-cutting, wrapped up in a shiny self-serve package. And more people are finally seeing through it. But what's even more alarming? It's what's happening after you get home, with the food you thought you could trust. Reason 6, the refrigerated products no one trusts anymore. Imagine this. You open a brand new gallon of milk, and before you even pour a drop, something smells off. Sour, spoiled, wrong. You blink, check the date, still good. But your nose says otherwise. That's the moment you realize this isn't just a fluke. Across the country, shoppers are tossing out meat, dairy, even fruits and vegetables, days before the expiration date. One woman from Michigan quietly gave up after throwing out 2 full gallons of milk in the same month. No refund, no complaint. Just a personal decision. Never again. And she's far from alone. It's happening too often to ignore. Grayish chicken, cheese that sweats before it's out of the bag, yogurt turning sour while it's still sealed. These aren't just little mishaps. They're warning signs. When people can't trust the food they're feeding their families, a cheap price tag means nothing. That $2 you saved? Gone. And worse, it leaves you wondering, what did I already eat that I shouldn't have? It's why more shoppers are starting to walk right past Walmart's coolers and heading to Aldi, Kroger, or smaller local stores where freshness still counts. And once that doubt sets in, it spreads. It starts to color everything you see. You begin to look harder at each product, every label, every tag. And that brings us to the next betrayal, one that's not hidden in the fridge, but right there on the shelf, pretending to be your next great deal. Reason 5, rollbacks that don't roll back. There used to be a time when that bold yellow tag meant something. A little win, a break during a tough week. But now, in 2025, that bright sticker feels more like a trick than a treat. Because behind the scenes, something sneaky is happening. Quiet price hikes roll in, unnoticed. Then, weeks later, that same item gets a rollback tag. But it's not a discount. It's a return to the price it used to be, if not higher. And just like that, the illusion of savings vanishes. But it gets worse. That same item you used to buy suddenly has a rollback sticker slapped on it. At first glance, you feel hopeful. Maybe you're finally catching a break. But then you realize the cold truth. The new discount price is just the same as it was before. Or worse, it's even higher. And shoppers? They're not falling for it anymore. People are saving receipts, comparing past prices, and posting side-by-side photos online. And what they're uncovering is crystal clear. This isn't a discount. It's deception. It's more than just frustration. It feels like betrayal. Walmart built its name on being the place you could count on when money was tight. So when they play these quiet pricing games, it hits differently. It's personal. Families walk in hoping to beat inflation, hoping for a little relief. But they walk out feeling tricked, manipulated by a price tag that promised savings and delivered a lie. And when price tags start lying, trust evaporates. Quickly. No shouting, no confrontation. Just a quiet decision. I'm not coming back. That shopper might smile at the door on the way out, but their mind is made up. The loyalty? Gone. And in the next part, you'll see exactly what's driving them even further away. Reason 4, customer service is basically dead. There used to be something comforting about walking into Walmart. A friendly face greeted you at the door. A cashier made small talk at checkout. Someone actually helped you find what you needed. It felt human. But in 2025, that warmth has all but disappeared. Now it feels cold. The bright, harsh lights, the long lines at the few open registers, aisles that seem emptier by the day. And the employees you do spot, they look just as drained as the customers walking by them. It's not that the staff are bad people. It's that they're stretched too thin, overworked, undertrained, and, in many cases, burned out. One shopper said it perfectly after a recent visit. I felt completely alone, even though the store was full of people. That hits hard, because shopping isn't supposed to feel isolating. But as Walmart pushes more automation, that feeling of connection, of being seen, starts to vanish. Machines might be efficient, but they don't smile at you. They don't help you find cough syrup for your sick kid. They don't ask, "Can I help you?" They just beep, scan, and glitch. And for families, elderly shoppers, or anyone who just wants to feel like they matter, that simple human touch is priceless. No rollback sticker can replace it. But here's the deeper issue. When the people who do work there start to seem like they don't care anymore, it sends a message. You don't need to hear it out loud. You just feel it. If they don't care about me, why should I keep spending my money here? So customers don't yell. They don't storm out. They just leave. Quietly, steadily, choosing stores that still feel human. And the next reason? It's the one that's pushing people right over the edge. Reason 3, empty shelves. Week after week, you walk in for the basics: eggs, milk, toilet paper, and essentials. You walk the aisles, expecting to fill your cart with basics: eggs, bread, toilet paper. But all you find are empty shelves, half-stocked displays, and cardboard placeholders. It's not just bad luck or a one-off storm. This is happening week after week, and it's starting to feel like a cruel game of grocery roulette, where you lose every single time. But the worst part? It's not that the items were too expensive, it's that they weren't even there. For families juggling tight budgets, that isn't just frustrating, it's a punch to the gut. Gas isn't free. Time isn't free. You build your week's meals around what you should be able to buy. But when you leave with an empty cart and nothing to show for the trip, that's more than inconvenient. It feels like a betrayal. One shopper summed it up perfectly. I spent 40 minutes and got 2 items. I could have just stayed home. And honestly, they're not wrong. When a store that's supposed to save you time and money can't even keep its shelves stocked, it stops being a lifeline. It becomes a gamble. And no one wants to gamble with their family's dinner. What's happening now isn't loud. There are no protests, no shouting matches at the checkout line. But it's powerful. People are quietly walking away. They're turning to local grocers, farmers markets, and regional chains that might not offer flashy rollbacks, but do offer something even more valuable: food that's actually on the shelf. And here's where it gets worse. It's not just national brands that are disappearing. The cracks are starting to show in Walmart's own products. And that, right there, might be the biggest warning sign yet. Reason 2. Great value's great decline. Remember when great value actually meant something? It was the go-to for families who knew how to stretch a dollar without giving up on dinner. A budget option that didn't feel like a compromise. But in 2025, that confidence is slipping fast. Packages are getting smaller. Ingredients feel different. Textures are weird. Labels keep changing. And the quality? It's raising more eyebrows than appetites. One shopper opened a can of great value green beans and said it looked like something scraped from the bottom of a pond. And this isn't about being picky. It's about being practical. Because when the store brand starts cutting corners, the people who rely on it the most are the first to notice. What used to be a safe bet now feels like a waste of money. Food goes untouched, dollars go down the drain, and what's left behind is more than a bad taste. It's broken trust. Great value was supposed to be the safety net, the reliable backup when money's tight. But now, it's starting to feel like a trap. And here's the brutal truth. If even the cheap stuff isn't worth buying anymore, then what is? And what's left to keep shoppers coming back? The answer is chilling. And it brings us to the #1 reason people are walking away from Walmart in 2025. For a growing number of families, the answer has become crystal clear. It's time to move on from Walmart. They're turning to Aldi, Costco, and local stores that still care about what they're putting on the shelves. Because, let's be honest, this was never just about low prices. It was about trust. It was about not getting played. And when even Walmart's biggest promise, being the cheapest, starts to fall apart, everything else goes with it. Reason #1, Walmart isn't the cheapest anymore. This is the one shaking the ground beneath everything. For decades, Walmart didn't just offer low prices, it defined them. It was the go-to when money was tight, when bills were due, when you had to make every single dollar stretch. But in 2025, that reputation? It's unraveling fast. Side-by-side price comparisons don't lie. Aldi now beats Walmart on over 70% of common grocery staples. That's not a glitch. That's a seismic shift. And it changes everything. Think about it. The old promise, save money, live better, starts to sound hollow when you're paying more and walking out with less. Suddenly, Walmart isn't the safe fallback anymore. It's the last resort. Even longtime loyal shoppers, the diehards who once knew every rollback, every hidden clearance rack, are walking away. They're shopping in bulk at Costco, picking up weekly groceries at Aldi, buying meat from farm stands and staples from regional stores, where what you see is what you get. No shrinking portions, no sneaky price jumps, no tricks, just real value. And here's the wake-up call. When those shoppers, the working parents, the budget warriors, the everyday families, start leaving quietly, that's not just a red flag. It's a massive, blinking neon sign that says, we're done. Because once people realize they can get more for less somewhere else, the illusion shatters. And when that illusion breaks, Walmart doesn't just lose a sale, it loses its place in people's lives. In 2025, Walmart is no longer the automatic first choice. For many, it's become the store of last resort. Why? Because this isn't just about spending less. It's about spending smarter. And this year, more than ever, shoppers are finally fighting back with better choices. So now, I want to hear from you. What was the moment that made you question Walmart? Was it the spoiled milk? The fake rollback sticker? The self-checkout that made you feel like an unpaid employee? Drop your story in the comments. I'm reading every single one of them. And trust me, you're not alone. If this video opened your eyes, help us spread the word. Hit that like button, subscribe to Flash Economist, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a tip that could save you money or a shopping regret. We dig deep every week to uncover what's really happening behind those shelves so you can shop smarter and stay one step ahead. And hey, if you're still buying meat from grocery stores without knowing what to watch out for, you need to watch this next video. Never buy meat at these 7 grocery stores. Here's why. Some of these will honestly shock you. Click it now. Your wallet and your dinner table will thank you. Because when the savings disappear, the shoppers do too. And that's exactly what's happening in 2025.